Utilizing AI for personalized learning, such as using quizzes, elevates your study routine by offering a highly personalized and efficient learning experience. This intelligent system selects targeted questions based on your individual learning needs, focusing on areas where you require the most improvement. It immediately evaluates your answers, providing instant feedback and detailed explanations, thereby enhancing your understanding and retention of information. What sets this approach apart is its adaptability and interactive nature, which transforms studying from a mundane task into an engaging and dynamic process. Moreover, this technology introduces an innovative feature, the ability to upload documents, research papers, or books you're studying. The AI then crafts customized quizzes from these materials, allowing you to drill down into specific topics and directly apply your knowledge to what's most relevant for your exams or research. This capability ensures that your study sessions are not only tailored to your learning pace, but also aligned with your actual academic or professional materials. It's all about creating adaptive learning paths, a learning route that evolves in real time, responding to the learner's progress and providing support where it's most needed. This is where AI shines, utilizing complex algorithms to analyze a learner's performance, adapt to their learning style, and provide a truly personalized experience. Now let's introduce the concept of AI-generated quizzes. Think of AI as an intelligent tutor that can create quizzes from a variety of resources, such as books, documents, and research papers. This isn't just about generating questions. It's about understanding the content, identifying key concepts, and crafting questions that challenge the learner's understanding and promote knowledge retention. It's about creating a dynamic, interactive learning environment that keeps the learner engaged and motivated. But what makes these AI-generated quizzes truly revolutionary is their ability to adapt. Depending on the individual's performance, the AI can modify the difficulty and format of the questions. Struggling with a concept? The AI will provide simpler questions to reinforce understanding. Mastered a topic? The AI will offer more challenging questions to stimulate further learning. This level of adaptability allows for a more inclusive learning experience, accommodating different learning styles and paces. So, how is artificial intelligence revolutionizing personalized learning? By harnessing the power of AI, we can create a learning environment that adapts to the learner, offers personalized support, and fosters an engaging, interactive learning experience. Now let's take a look at a case study that exemplifies this application of AI. Consider a scenario where a student uses ChatGPT for personalized learning. Let's call this student Alex. Alex is studying for an upcoming history exam. Instead of relying solely on textbooks and lecture notes, Alex decides to use ChatGPT and AI technology to enhance his preparation. Alex uploads his history textbook, lecture notes, and a few related research papers into the system. ChatGPT, armed with advanced algorithms, gets to work. It starts by parsing and understanding the complex content from various documents. It identifies key concepts, dates, figures, and events, and from this, it generates a series of quizzes tailored specifically to Alex's study materials. But the magic of AI doesn't stop there. As Alex starts taking the quizzes, ChatGPT begins to learn about Alex. It tracks his progress, identifies areas where he excels, and spots concepts he's struggling with. Based on this information, the AI adapts the quizzes, providing more questions on topics Alex finds challenging, reinforcing his understanding and aiding in knowledge retention. The quizzes are not just a series of multiple-choice questions. ChatGPT creates a variety of question formats, including fill-in-the-blanks, matching, and short answers, to ensure a comprehensive understanding of the subject matter. This variety also keeps Alex engaged and makes the learning process more enjoyable. Moreover, the system doesn't just provide the correct answers when Alex gets a question wrong. It offers detailed explanations, giving context and background information so Alex can understand why his response was incorrect and learn from the mistake. But what happens if Alex is confused or needs more clarification? Well, ChatGPT has a solution for that too. It includes a chat function where Alex can ask questions and get instant answers. This feature allows Alex to ask for further explanations, request additional examples, or even ask for a hint if he's stuck on a question. It's like having a personal tutor available round the clock. This level of personalization extends beyond individual study sessions. Over time, as Alex continues to use the system, ChatGPT learns more about his learning style, pace, and preferences. It adjusts its approach accordingly, making the learning process even more personalized and effective. This case study of Alex is not just hypothetical, it's happening right now, with students around the world using AI technologies like ChatGPT to enhance their learning. AI-generated quizzes offer a dynamic, adaptable, and personalized learning experience that traditional methods can't match. But you might be wondering, why quizzes? What makes them such an effective learning tool? And how do AI-generated quizzes maximize the benefits of quiz-based learning? This case study underscores how AI can enhance personalized learning. But what's the science behind this? Let's explore that in the next scene. Why does quiz-based learning work? This is a question that cognitive science helps us answer. At the heart of quiz-based learning are three primary theories: the testing effect, spaced repetition, and active recall. Let's start with the testing effect. It's a phenomenon that suggests that taking a test or quiz on the information you've learned can significantly boost your ability to remember that information. It's not just about measuring what you know, it's about reinforcing that knowledge. The act of retrieving the information during a quiz helps to strengthen the memory and make it easier to recall in the future. Next, we have the concept of spaced repetition. This theory asserts that learning is more effective when study sessions are spread out over time. Instead of cramming all the information at once, it's better to review it at increasing intervals. This method aids in the consolidation of memories, helping you retain what you've learned for a longer period. Lastly, there's active recall, which involves actively stimulating memory during the learning process. Instead of passively reading or listening, you engage your brain to remember facts, concepts, or procedures from scratch. This effortful recall further strengthens your memory traces, making the information more accessible when you need it. Now, what happens when we combine these cognitive science principles with artificial intelligence? We get AI-generated quizzes, a tool that can transform how we learn. AI, like ChatGPT, can generate quizzes based on uploaded documents, books, or research papers. It's not just about asking random questions. The AI understands the content, identifies key points, and formulates questions that encourage the testing effect, spaced repetition, and active recall. For instance, after reading a chapter, an AI-generated quiz will challenge you with questions about the material. This engages the testing effect, forcing you to retrieve and reinforce the information you've just learned. Then, the AI can schedule future quizzes at optimal intervals to encourage spaced repetition. It won't let you forget what you've learned. Instead, it keeps bringing the information back, helping you commit it to long-term memory. Lastly, the questions in AI-generated quizzes are designed to stimulate active recall. They don't just ask you to recognize the correct answer among options, they push you to retrieve the information from your memory, reinforcing the neural pathways associated with that knowledge. So, quiz-based learning works because it taps into the fundamental ways our brains process and store information. And when we combine it with the power of AI, we can create a personalized learning experience that adapts to the needs of each learner, taking into account their progress, strengths, and weaknesses. These theories highlight why AI-generated quizzes can be effective. But how does AI process these documents? Parsing uploaded documents is a significant challenge for AI. That's a statement most of us can agree on. But why is that? And how can we overcome it? To start, let's consider the wide variety of document types used today. We have PDFs, Word documents, research papers, and many others. Each of these formats has its unique attributes and complexities. For instance, a PDF might contain images, tables, and text in various fonts and sizes. A research paper, on the other hand, might include complex scientific language, graphs, and citations. AI has to not only read these documents but also understand them. And that's where the real challenge begins. It's not just about recognizing words, It's about comprehending the meaning behind those words, the context, and the nuances. This is where natural language processing, or NLP, and machine learning, ML, come into play. NLP is a subfield of AI that focuses on the interaction between computers and humans via natural language. It allows machines to read and understand text by simulating the human ability to understand language. This involves tasks like language translation, sentiment analysis, and yes, document parsing. But NLP alone isn't enough. This is where ML steps in. ML algorithms can be trained to understand the structure and semantics of the document. They can learn to identify where a paragraph starts and ends, what a title is, or what information is crucial and what can be set aside. This is crucial for generating quizzes because it allows the AI to extract the most relevant information. But how does this work in practice? Well, imagine you upload a history book in PDF format. The AI, using NLP and ML techniques, starts by parsing the document. It identifies the chapters, the paragraphs, the key points, and any other relevant information. It then uses this information to generate questions that cover the most important aspects of the book. The beauty of this process is that it's not limited to one type of document or one subject. It can work with a biology research paper, a legal contract, or a novel. And it can generate quizzes that are as diverse as the documents it processes. But it's not all smooth sailing. There are still challenges to be met. For instance, understanding complex scientific language or legal jargon is a tough feat. Extracting information from tables or images is another hurdle. But we're making progress. AI models are continually being trained and improved to handle these challenges, and with each improvement, they get better at understanding and processing a wider variety of documents. With these advancements, AI can accurately generate quizzes. But can it adapt to the learner? Well, that's a question for the next scene. For now, let's appreciate the strides we've made in overcoming the technological challenges in document processing. Adaptability is a key feature of effective learning tools. Imagine you're reading a book. The book doesn't change its content based on how well you understand it, does it? However, AI-generated quizzes do exactly that. They adapt to the learner, molding the learning process to match the individual's pace and understanding. And this adaptability is what sets AI-driven learning tools apart. AI-generated quizzes are designed to adapt in real time. They can adjust the difficulty of questions based on a learner's prior performance. If a learner is struggling with a particular topic, the AI can generate simpler questions to help solidify foundational knowledge before moving on to more complex concepts. Conversely, if a learner is breezing through a specific area, the AI can offer more challenging questions to keep them engaged and further deepen their understanding. But the adaptability of AI-generated quizzes goes beyond just tweaking the difficulty level. They can also adjust the format of questions based on the learner's feedback and performance. For example, if a learner performs better on multiple-choice questions as compared to fill-in-the-blank questions, the AI can generate more of the former and less of the latter. This flexibility in question format allows the learner to engage with the material in a way that aligns best with their learning style. Moreover, AI-driven quizzes can adapt the content of the questions themselves. By analyzing a learner's performance across various topics, the AI can identify areas of strength and weakness. It can then generate quizzes that focus more on the weak areas, helping the learner to improve in those specific domains. This personalized approach to content delivery makes learning more targeted and efficient. But what does this adaptability mean for education as a whole? Well, it holds significant implications for inclusive education. Traditional educational tools often fail to cater to the diverse learning needs of students. However, the adaptability of AI-generated quizzes allows them to cater to a wide range of learning styles and abilities. They can provide personalized learning paths for each learner, ensuring that no one is left behind. Furthermore, this adaptability can help alleviate the pressure often associated with learning. By adapting to the learner's pace and understanding, AI-generated quizzes can make learning a less stressful and more enjoyable process. They can help foster a positive learning environment where learners feel empowered, not overwhelmed. In essence, the adaptability of AI-generated quizzes is revolutionizing the landscape of education. By tailoring the learning experience to the individual, these tools are making education more personal, more flexible, and more inclusive. They are transforming the way we learn, making it a more engaging and effective process. This adaptability makes AI an inclusive tool. But what about the ethical concerns? Ethics cannot be overlooked in AI applications. As we navigate the realm of AI-generated educational content, we are bound to confront a few ethical dilemmas. The primary concerns usually revolve around privacy, data security, and potential bias. Let's first consider privacy. When AI tools like ChatGPT generate quizzes from uploaded documents, they inevitably access a wealth of user data. The question arises, how is this data handled, stored, and protected? The answer lies in robust privacy policies and stringent data protection measures. It's crucial to ensure that AI tools comply with global data privacy regulations and adopt best practices for data anonymization and encryption. Next, let's move on to data security. In the digital age, data breaches and cyber threats are all too common. Ensuring the security of user data is not just an ethical obligation, but also a technical one. AI developers and service providers must prioritize advanced cybersecurity measures to protect against potential threats. This might involve multi-factor authentication, secure coding practices, and regular security audits. Now, onto a more subtle yet equally significant concern, bias. AI models learn from the data they are trained on. If this data is skewed or unrepresentative, the AI could inadvertently perpetuate existing biases. For example, an AI-generated quiz might favor certain learning styles or cultural perspectives over others, thereby creating an unfair learning environment. So, what can be done to mitigate this bias? For starters, the AI must be trained on diverse and representative datasets. This ensures that the resulting quizzes cater to different learning styles and cultural backgrounds. Moreover, it's important to incorporate mechanisms for user feedback. This allows the AI to learn from its mistakes and continuously improve its fairness over time. However, addressing bias is not just about fairness, it's also about inclusivity. AI-generated quizzes should be accessible and beneficial to all learners, regardless of their abilities or backgrounds. This might involve providing alternative quiz formats for learners with disabilities or incorporating content relevant to various cultures and contexts. But ethical considerations don't end there. As AI continues to evolve, we must stay vigilant and responsive to emerging ethical dilemmas. This could mean grappling with questions about AI's role in decision-making, the potential for AI addiction, or the implications of AI-generated content on intellectual property rights. In the end, it's clear that the ethical dilemmas in AI-generated educational content are complex and multifaceted, but they are not insurmountable. Through careful design, continuous monitoring, and proactive measures, we can ensure that AI tools like ChatGPT serve as a force for good in education. Addressing these concerns is vital, but how effective are these AI-generated quizzes? As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into this question, exploring the impact of AI-generated quizzes on learning outcomes and their potential to revolutionize education as we know it. Stay tuned for the next scene. The efficacy of AI-generated quizzes is a topic of interest. As we delve deeper into the world of AI in education, it's essential to evaluate the impact of these AI-generated quizzes. Are they merely a novelty, or do they truly enhance the learning experience? Let's start by looking at studies that have assessed the impact of AI-generated quizzes on learning outcomes. In recent years, multiple studies have pointed to the effectiveness of personalized learning approaches. A study published in the Journal of Educational Psychology found that personalized learning paths can significantly improve student performance. In this study, students who used AI-generated quizzes tailored to their learning style and pace showed marked improvements in their understanding of complex subjects. But what about the traditional learning models? Can AI-generated quizzes revolutionize these structures? The answer, according to experts, is a resounding yes. Traditional learning models, often one-size-fits-all, can overlook individual learning styles and pace. However, AI-generated quizzes offer a personalized approach, adapting to each learner's needs. This can help learners grasp concepts more effectively and at their own pace, making learning more engaging and less intimidating. In the professional environment, AI-generated quizzes can also play a significant role in continuous learning and development. For instance, in the fast-paced world of technology, professionals need to keep up to date with the latest trends and developments. AI-generated quizzes based on the latest research and industry reports can help these professionals stay ahead of the curve. They provide a quick and efficient way to absorb new information, test understanding, and reinforce learning. Moreover, AI-generated quizzes can bridge the gap between academic and real-world applications. By generating quizzes based on real-world scenarios and case studies, learners can better understand how theoretical concepts apply in practice. The potential of AI-generated quizzes, however, is not limited to individual learning. They can also foster collaborative learning environments. For instance, quizzes can be designed to promote group discussions and debates, encouraging learners to share their perspectives and learn from each other. This not only enhances understanding, but also develops critical thinking and communication skills. The impact of AI-generated quizzes is also reflected in learner feedback. Many users report that these quizzes make learning more interactive and fun. The immediate feedback provided by AI quizzes helps learners identify their strengths and areas for improvement, promoting a growth mindset. However, it's important to remember that the effectiveness of AI-generated quizzes can vary depending on their design and implementation. A well-designed AI-generated quiz should be accurate, relevant, and engaging. It should challenge learners without overwhelming them, promoting deep and meaningful learning. In conclusion, the impact of AI-generated quizzes on learning outcomes is promising. They can revolutionize traditional learning models, cater to individual learning needs, and foster a more engaging and interactive learning environment. The potential is immense, but how can we integrate these quizzes into new learning environments? Online and hybrid learning environments are the new norm. This shift has been facilitated by advancements in technology, and the rise of artificial intelligence, or AI, adds another layer to this evolution. AI-generated quizzes, for instance, are emerging as an innovative tool that can be seamlessly integrated into these contemporary models of education, enhancing engagement and learning outcomes. Imagine a virtual classroom where the curriculum isn't static but dynamic, adjusting to the unique needs of each learner. This is possible with AI-generated quizzes. By using algorithms that adapt to a student's progress, strengths, and weaknesses, these quizzes can provide a truly personalized learning experience. They can help identify learning gaps, reinforce knowledge, and make learning a more interactive process even in a remote setting. But how exactly can these quizzes be integrated into online and hybrid learning environments? Let's start by looking at asynchronous learning, where students learn at their own pace. Here, AI-generated quizzes can be used as a form of continuous assessment. By generating quizzes based on uploaded documents, whether it's a textbook chapter or a research paper, AI can ensure that students are understanding and retaining the material they're studying. It's like having a personal tutor who's always ready to test your knowledge, anytime, anywhere. In synchronous learning, where students and teachers are online at the same time, these quizzes can be used to keep the class engaged. For example, at the end of a lesson, a teacher could use an AI-generated quiz to reinforce key concepts. These quizzes can also be used to start discussions, encouraging students to think critically about the material. But the potential of AI in education goes beyond quizzes. By analyzing the data from these quizzes, AI can provide valuable insights to educators. It can help them understand where students are struggling and tailor their teaching strategies accordingly. This is particularly important in a hybrid or remote learning environment where physical cues of confusion or understanding are harder to spot. Now, let's consider the potential for AI tools to bridge the gap between in-person and remote learning. The personalized nature of AI-generated quizzes can make remote learning feel less isolating. These quizzes can provide immediate feedback, something that's not always possible in a traditional classroom setting. They can also adapt to a student's learning speed, providing an extra challenge to those who need it and additional support to those who are struggling. Is the integration of AI-generated quizzes into hybrid and remote learning environments flawless? Not quite. There are challenges to overcome, like ensuring privacy and data security, and making the technology accessible to all learners. But with continuous refinement and mindful implementation, these challenges can be tackled. Integration is key. But what does the future hold for AI in education? As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI, we can expect to see more personalized, engaging, and inclusive learning experiences, both in the classroom and beyond. The future of AI in education is promising. As we look to the horizon, the possibilities for AI in education seem limitless. But let's not just gaze into the future. Let's consider some specific advancements that could enhance personalized learning. Imagine, for example, a world where AI-powered tools can create a fully immersive learning environment. Picture a student strapping on a virtual reality headset and being transported to ancient Rome, all while an AI system generates quizzes based on the historical documents they've uploaded. This isn't just another dry history lesson. They're walking the streets, hearing the sounds, and truly experiencing the past. And they're learning and reinforcing that knowledge through interactive quizzes, tailored to their unique learning path. Augmented reality, too, holds immense potential. Students could point their device at a plant, for instance, and the AI could generate a quiz based on the botanical research papers they're studying. They're not just reading about photosynthesis, they're seeing it in action and testing their understanding in real time. But the future advancements of AI in education don't stop there. Consider the potential of AI to support collaborative learning environments and peer learning. Imagine students uploading shared documents to a platform where an AI system generates quizzes that they can take together. They're not just learning from the material, they're learning from each other, promoting a deeper understanding and fostering a community of learners. Furthermore, AI could even become a personal tutor, assessing a student's performance, identifying gaps in their knowledge, and generating quizzes specifically designed to address those gaps. This level of personalization could revolutionize how we approach education, making learning more efficient and effective. However, we must remember that with great potential comes great responsibility. As we push the boundaries of AI in education, we must also be mindful of the ethical implications. We must ensure that these tools are used in a way that promotes fairness and inclusivity, respects privacy, and safeguards against bias. Additionally, we need to consider accessibility. These technologies should not be reserved for the privileged few. They should be available to all students, regardless of their socio-economic status. In this way, AI could be a powerful tool for democratizing education, making high-quality, personalized learning accessible to everyone. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of these future advancements is that they're not just speculation. With the rapid pace of technological innovation, these possibilities are becoming more real every day. We're already seeing the seeds of these developments in the current generation of AI-powered educational tools, and it's only a matter of time before they come to full fruition. The future of AI in education is exciting and full of potential. Now, it's up to us to harness it.